Bishop Lamore Whitehead is back in the news after a video has surfaced of him putting his hands around the back of a woman's neck during his church service live feed this past Sunday. According to TMZ, the woman was charged with trespassing and disrupting a service. According to New York Daily News, Whitehead was taken into custody but later released. Now, if you remember, Whitehead had also made the news earlier this summer after getting robbed at gunpoint on the same live feed. Whitehead and D.L. Hughley had gone back and forth on social media, and with his latest outburst, Hughley couldn't help but chime in again. Last night, Hughley would post, "The Rolls-Royce Reverend of the Cuban Link Covenant was seen laying hands around the neck of a woman he claims was a threat to his wife and daughter. A move straight out of the book of Ike, I believe it was Strangulations 3:16. Today we'll have our comedy hype analysts, Capone and Pierre, calling into the show to give their thoughts and reactions. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Okay, now go over here. Go over here. Grab her.
Now, we've talked about this bishop before, and here he is in the news again. Pierre, I'll start with you. What was your reaction?
Oh my God, I gotta wave a flag. That's just too funny. First of all, let me give a shout out to DL. That was a very funny quote he had. You can't tell me that church ain't lit, okay? That thing is lit. If you don't have a problem when you go into the church, you're gonna have one coming out of that church, okay? The problem is gonna rise somewhere in between that church, okay? But in the words of R. Kelly, I would say, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bit of choking a parishioner. Okay, I don't see nothing wrong with a little choking a parishioner. Woo! Fire.
Capone, let me bring you in, Capone. I know you mentioned the last time that we had a discussion that you're familiar with this bishop, so I want to get your thoughts. When you saw this, what was your reaction to it?
A thug reacting to somebody disrespecting him. He felt like he was being disrespected by her walking through while he was, I don't even know what what the preaching was about, because he kept saying, take the picture, like he wanted them to take the picture. But we do know he got security now from the last time he got robbed, because he was saying, take her out. You know, unless you got little lady ushers that's taking her out, he got security. So it seemed to be funny, but grabbing a woman's neck is a little bit overboard.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree with you more. Now, speaking of the jokes part, and Pierre, I'll come back to you. As I mentioned, D.L. Hughley would respond, and a couple of months ago, or actually a month ago, you know, this bishop did challenge D.L. Hughley to a boxing match because he felt like he was ambushed during an interview. D.L. Hughley did not reply, but he did reply to this. And again, I want to read it. And Pierre, I want to come and get your reaction. D.L. Hughley says, "The Rolls-Royce Reverend of the Cuban Link Covenant was seen laying hands around the neck of a woman he claims was a threat to his wife and daughter. A move straight out of the book of Ike, I believe it was Strangulations 3:16. Pierre, I'll come to you. What are your thoughts and reactions to D.L. Hughley?
That was hilarious. But DL, as a friend, brother, you don't want no smoke from him. He grabbing and shucking and jiving and pulling and snatching and punching and shit. That's not what you want. We comedians. Let's stay on stage. That ain't what you see what my boy Capone know what he know the dude. The boy a little rough, man. So if you go to his church, you better put some money in that tie. You better pay them tithes. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Capone, let me bring you into this. What are your thoughts and reactions to D.L. Hughley responding to the matter?
This ain't Kanye West. I'm gonna just say that the dude will handle his business. Just because he totes a Bible, he drives a Rolls Royce and does all of this thing in Brooklyn because he was once one of those street dudes.
Now, yeah, and Capone, I know it's a lot of jokes here, and I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face with the two of you, but I do want to, bring up a little bit of a serious matter, because it seems like, and a lot of people may feel like, it seems too easy to become a bishop, or it just seems like maybe anyone can step into that leadership role. So, Capone, I'll start with you. Do you think becoming a bishop should be a bit more challenging, when it comes to choosing the right individuals to stand in that space and lead a congregation? Capone, I'll start with you.
No. Why are we going to change the madness now? Pierre behind the scenes was making some very, very valid points because he drives a Rolls Royce, or, he very flashy. What about the preachers and the priests that used to rape boys? Why that never comes up? Why when it's a black person like Creflo Dollar who asks for a helicopter is something big? I mean, we all know that there's scheming in the church, but when it comes down to molesting a little boy that these priests have been getting away with for so long, nobody changing the rules back then. There's still guys getting raped. There's still nuns. Nuns went to out of the country and got pregnant. You know, the body needs to release. And sometimes you putting people in these positions can be devastating in some senses.
I like that point. I definitely think social media has played a huge role in that, us being able to see it now as opposed to back. But I think you bring up great points. Pierre, let me bring you in and ask you the same question. You know, a lot of people are talking about, hey, you know, why is he a bishop? You know, asking a lot of questions about his position. Do you think that it should be a lot more challenging for, you know, individuals to become bishops when it comes to leading a congregation, you know, in a place like a church?
No, it's not. You know, you never should put your hands on somebody. Him putting his hands on that woman was not, you know, correct in any manner. No matter how much you get pushed, but we're human beings. You know, she did come in there for the rah-rah. You know, she came in there to make noise and stop and make all that noise while he's trying to, you know, preach, walking around, whatever the case may be. You know, he kept trying to tell her, calm down, sit down, whatever it was. She didn't have it. She came across and anger happened, overtook him, and he put his hands on her, which he shouldn't have done. But, you know, again, people aren't always able to control themselves when people bring stuff to them. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. While we're sitting here watching this, about he shouldn't have put his hands on it. Yeah, that's true. He shouldn't have, but he did. But I think a lot of it was problematic. You know what I'm saying? This whole situation is. So I don't condone somebody putting their hands on somebody, even though I was just joking on it. But okay. Now, about becoming a pastor. I don't know what to say. I mean, change the rules, because if you know you become a pastor by being ordained, you know, some people have to. I don't know the rules of, even though my father and my uncle owns a church. I don't know how they became a pastor. I mean, they studied it and then they, you know, became ordained. I don't know the whole small scenarios of that, but changing it. I mean, do you think you think you're going to eliminate bad people from becoming pastors who, like Capone said, gonna mess with children and stuff? If you change the rules, whatever the rules are, I don't know what the rules are. But I feel like, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. You know, it's going to, you know, some people are going to slip through the cracks. All of them aren't bad pastors or preachers who, you know, who become preachers, you know, but you're going to find some who are bad. I don't know how you're going to find out who is bad and who's not bad. It's just not that easy to say, you know, change the rules. What is the rules? How do you change them? I don't know.
Right. No, I think you both make valid points. Now, of course, Bishop did respond to everything, so I want us to take a look and come back and get your reaction. So let's take a look at that clip.
Pro-woman, and but these people were sent into my church to disrupt my church, and this lady went towards my wife to attack her and my daughter, and that's when I grabbed her, okay, and did what I had to do, what any man and any pastor would do. Okay, we're just off of the experience of 3 men coming into my church, robbing us, and putting a gun in my wife's face and in my 8-month-old daughter's face. She was 8 months at the time, and that's not going to happen again. So for everybody that that feels whatever they want to feel, y'all can feel whatever y'all want to feel. No, I didn't choke her. No, it was nothing like that. I grabbed her and escorted her out the way she needed to be escorted out.
Pierre, I seen you clapping a little bit there. I want to come back to you and get your reaction. What's your reaction to his response?
He has a PR problem, first of all. You know, let's be real, public relation problem. People don't like him. But as you've seen, he didn't get charged. She did. So obviously, she was in the wrong of some sorts. May note, the police decided that. He tried to protect his wife and kid, which every man should do. But again, he has a PR problem. People don't care about that. They feel like, are you a rich, loudmouth pastor? You wrong no matter what you do. And in this instant, he wasn't wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't wrong. He's trying to save his wife. That lady came to disrupt his church, came toward his wife and his daughter. What you want most men to do? Just say, hey, please don't hurt my family. Please. That brother did what he had to do. He snatched up on the woman. So, but we don't care about that because we don't like the pastor. Not we, but people don't like the pastor. So no matter what the pastor does, we don't like it. He wrong anyway. He got a loud mouth. It doesn't have to do with that. That's why the police say, hold on, it's this and this. Take the emotions out of it. It's this and this. And so when I saw that and I heard what he said, I don't blame the brother for doing what he did. If somebody come in my wife and kid, if I was married, I'd do the same thing. So.
Capone, let me get you to chime in. What are your thoughts after hearing, the bishop speak out, after the incident happened?
I agree with everything that Pierre said. I would protect my family the same way. There's another video surfing where people were outside filming the cops coming in to get him. And the lady was screaming, they got his ass. They got him. They finally got him. Who you talking about, girl? The pastor. We sitting here watching him get locked up. Get his ass and all of that. So Pierre's right. People don't like him or whatever. But somehow that church is still functioning. People are still coming there, even though there's people that's trying to stop him, interrupt his church, or you can call it a little church. There's some people that still have faith in him. And how he's capitalizing on it is really none of our business.
Yeah, Capone, I think you bring up a great point that I want to close out on, because I think, actually, in Pierre, you as well, people can say what they want, but people are still showing up. People are still, obviously have some type of belief in him. So, Capone, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how responsible do you think it is for us? We talked about, if we try to change the rules for a pastor, but there could be a lot of responsibility on the congregation as well. So how responsible do you think it is for us to choose leaders and make sure we're showing up for the right person?
Well, it don't seem like we have much of a choice if all our leaders are being killed and being shut down. There's people who follow Farrakhan, and he is not being able to be on social media for his beliefs. And what is that really saying? He's not preaching kill nobody or do this. He's preaching what he feel will help our people, and they shut him down. So when you look at the overall of everything of what we feel is right is wrong, you can't really have your own opinion about that because people are going to feel different. Religion is something that is a very, very, very strong thing, and not everybody uses it for good.
Pierre, I'll close out with you. Same question. How responsible do you think it is for us, in choosing leaders to make sure we're showing up for the right person?
We have a thing that we are graced with. It's called choice. You have choice. You can choose your pastor, whoever you want to be. You go in there. It doesn't feel right. You leave. That's all it is. There's no biggie. Whatever pastor's there, what you feel, you go. And because you may get something out of that pastor, that's the next person might not. And may say, man, damn that pastor. You might, well, that's your opinion. I choose to stay here because he's helping. He's fulfilling what I need spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So why am I wrong? Because this pastor does it for me. Doesn't do it for you. So we have choice. So that's all it is. Let the pastors do what they do. You choose if you want to rock with them or not rock with them. That's all it is. At the end of the day, you have choice. Let's not cry about it. Let's not cry about because I don't like him. I'm gonna cry about him or her and they, being a preacher. No, don't go with him. Go with the one that works for you. That's it. Stop putting your emotions in everything.
Absolutely. Well, as always, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. Before we head out, I do want to know what you have coming up. So, Capone, I'll start with you. What do you have coming up, and how can people follow you? I'm
in South Carolina this weekend at the Comedy House, doing 4 shows. Yeah, I want everybody to come out. That's in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Atlanta. Drive down. We're going to be funny.
Absolutely. And how can people follow you?
Just hit me up on social, Instagram, Comedian Capone. And I always say, if you can't spell comedian, don't follow me.
Always my favorite part. Pierre, what do you have coming up and how can people follow you?
Well, coming up, I ain't gonna tell y'all where I am. Y'all still foolish out there. I don't want y'all to find out where my ass at and go trap me somewhere. So when I tell you where I'm at, it'll be the next day. You ain't got time to go there unless you're a fan. All right. So what I got coming up, Pierre's Panic Room, go to Comic Pierre, all my social media, but Comic Pierre on YouTube. I get a lot of great interviews with a lot of people. Thanks to everybody who supports it all the time. My channel, I appreciate that. But we got your boy Teddy Carpenter. I know you haven't heard from Teddy Carpenter in a long time, and there's gonna be a reason why. You're about to find out. what it is. So we're dropping Teddy Carpenter this week, clips this week until Thursday will be the full episode. So if you wonder where the comedian from Def Comedy Jam that got all the standing ovation Teddy Carpenter's been at, on Pierre's Panic Room is coming up this week. But you catch clips today at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you both. As always, thank you for chiming in on this topic. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts about D.L. Hughley reacting to Bishop Whitehead's arrest? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Put it in them comments. I know you will.
What's up, y'all? This your boy K-Rob, and for years, you come to us to get the latest news in comedy and for your favorite comedians. Now you come to us for even more news in the world of sports, music, and pop culture. We're bringing you some of our classic shows you love, like Unforgotten, the Comedy Hype News Show, and more of our one-on-one interviews. We're more than just laughs. We're the culture, the leaders in truth, and well, your streamer just got a little more blacker. Welcome to Hype Plus.